Sahanavavatu sahino bhunaktu sahviryam karvavahai tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Question 31. Who is worthy of such vichara and what should he do? Answer. A true seeker with Viveka, Vairāgya, Shaṭ-sampatti and Mumukshatā is worthy of such vichara, and with the grace of Guru, such a seeker should contemplate upon tools like Upodghata, etc. and realize I am Brahma, and in this manner directly know Brahma and Atma. Now the question is being raised, who is the worthy, who is eligible for this vichara? Now this is something which is very inspiring, very motivating, but also very disheartening. Disheartening because you will find that you do not have all these. But inspiring and motivating it can be if you see that this is my objective and this is what I have to bring in. See, if you wish to join an IIT, you need to pass their exam. If there is for medical, you need to clear the NEET exam. If somebody wants to join Indian military academy, they are supposed to perform tests, examinations are there. So obviously, like if somebody wishes to be an engineer and joins an IIT, the very reputed institute, these guys would be preparing right from their school. That's 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. So all these 4 years I have seen, they are studying many hours, taking extra tuitions. Parents are spending money. Parents are taking care of their diets, and they are foregoing and sacrificing their outings and friendships and dating. That's the time to do all this. But here all these young ones are, I recall in Indore one time, it was a morning dhyana session. I was put up in a hotel, and to go to the venue early, I left the hotel by 5:30 a.m. and I saw hundreds of students on bikes, on rickshaws. They were all going for their coaching classes. So if just a simple technical degree requires you to prepare and perform and have a very good IQ, and you have to do what not. And I have seen many people fail in their final exam, then they are sometimes committing suicides because they feel they are a fail. 4 years of effort and nothing in their hand. And some then disheartened, disillusioned, then move to drugs sometimes. And then some who have a good support, parental support and teacher support, and they are strong-minded, they'll prepare again and again sometimes I have seen. So 2 years, 3 years, they keep on competing. And in whole country there are maybe 500,000-600,000 candidates who are applying for maybe just 200 or 300 seats. It's a huge competition. But when this Vedanta comes in and the highest wisdom of our rishis come in, don't you think so that there has to be some parameter? There has to be some testing, there has to be some eligibility, litmus test done, whether this person is eligible or not. Now, let me give you a small, long ago, when anybody wished to go to a rishi for seeking Brahma Vidya, reminded there were no books, no libraries, no internet, no Google, no big satsang sessions the way I am doing today. Nothing is happening. So in a cluster of say 10, 20 houses, there are few people living because we are not very scanty population. And now somebody on his own will come to this point that I need to know what the truth is. Can you imagine the impossibility of the situation? And then the person would leave the house and go to search for a master. It's a whole wide world and you have no clue who is who. And you don't know who a guru is. And you don't know what's the way to identify a guru. Very, very Herculean task. And then when a person would finally meet a guru or meet a master, meet a sage, and then now it's the choice of the master whether that master is willing to teach something or not. Because I have met in my life many masters who were not ready to teach anything. They are just enjoying their blissful states. They don't want to do. Rather, they see teaching as something maybe very sinful. Their thinking was that when we wanted to find, we searched and found. And similarly, whosoever will have a true search in their heart, one day will find. So no advertisement, no marketing, and no info about who is who. I have not seen, but I have heard that like Rishikesh used to be like a thick jungle. And under trees and bushes, there are these Mahatmas who are meditating. Now, somebody might be just a beginner himself. Somebody might be just half of the way. Somebody might be a Siddha. How would you know? They would be away from crowds, away from people, in their solitude. They loved to be in the caves. Swami Ram Tirthin lived in the Vyasa Gufa by the Ganges for so many years. And so many Mahatmas, even in this century, I have seen who are not ready even to talk. You can sit with them for weeks together, they won't even utter a single word. Now, Vedanta is something where there is so much of effort on. Now, you are just sitting and listening to me. Who is making the effort? And every head has a different type of mind patterns of thinking. And each one of you have a different set of bad impressions and samskaras and bad habits and bad desires and load of. See, if you could, like say, everybody's karmas could have been displayed on the forehead. Each and every detail. Like today, maybe not fully, but today if you go to in any country, they have the system. So they can check by the name of the person, the info which is available, made by the governments. That whether this person is criminal or not, somebody does a crime here and wants to enter Canada, the Canadian officers would always be having that name and face flashed in front of them. Say similarly, if that could have been flashed, then all the so-called hypocrisies of being great and good and seeker would just tumble down then. Because we can hide our sins from our own conscious mind and from others, but it's right there. The bad seeds are there. And with that package, why would any Mahatma do so much hard work to change your mind which you don't want to change? Strange. Where your surrender is not true, your surrender is true, is there as long as it is good for you, conducive to you, comfortable to you. Why would any Mahatma do that effort? So I know of so many Mahatmas in their whole life, they never accepted even one single disciple. scores of people came to them to have darshan and would go back, but they wouldn't take anybody as a disciple. I have seen one Caucasian white man from America pleading to Swami Prakashanandaji Maharaj again and again, please make me. And he knew Swamiji from last maybe 15-20 years. And yet Swamiji was like a stoic silence, no answer. And he was pleading that please make me your disciple. Can I get a mantra initiation from you? Not even mantra initiation. Forget about giving Vedanta or anything else. And Swamiji had a very humorous side also. So in Hindi he spoke to me and he said, look at his pot belly. Do you think so he deserves anything from me? He is a glutton. He is a foodie. He is an indisciplined man. Does he deserve anything from me? And he chuckled with laughter. And that man was asking me, what is he saying? Can you translate? Well, I said, nothing. So all these Swamis who in their journey have come to a point where they have achieved great heights, they are not ready to accept anybody. So this is something which I think so you people have maybe never even in your dreams given a thought to it. The masters, number one, nobody knows who is a true master. Even today people don't know who is a true master. But today people are not leaving their house and families and livelihood to search for a master. And in those days, people used to do that. And in those days, these are the eligibility factors which were expected. And if the seeker has that, only then the Guru would maybe accept or talk to that person. Otherwise, Swami Subramaniam Buaji used to do this. Not at face of that person, but to us, this person needs to be just kicked out. Not ready to. Even Swami Buaji never made anybody a disciple. He taught many. No disciple. No disciple, no ashram, no money, no bank accounts. That was the rule of a true renunciate, and that's what he followed. So, mind it, this is a very crucial part. They say one has to have Viveka. Viveka means the discerning wisdom about what's true and what's untrue. Sat and asat. And all that which is asat, if is understood well, automatically it will grow into Vairāgya, that is the dispassion. If somebody says, I do not have Vairāgya, then this simply means that you do not have Viveka. Like this used tissue, I just wiped my mouth with it, but say if somebody has snorted into it or cleaned up some blood or phlegm, would this napkin be valuable for this person or would this be just thrown away? So if somebody has the understanding of what's what, the true understanding, then this whole world is like a used tissue, is like a throwable, disposable. And here people say, oh, I love my so-and-so, I love my so-and-so, I cannot live without so-and-so. You love your comforts. You love your relations. You love your money. You love your images. So does this person deserve any wisdom? No. No. And this just shows that you do not have the Viveka. like a small baby doesn't understand that what's shit and it's bad. So sometimes they have pooped in their clothing and it's all dirty, and the mother wants to remove it and the child is kicking the mother that don't take it off. Child doesn't understand. But this very child, when will grow up, then will make sure that he never poops in his own clothing and goes to the toilet to relieve himself. Now what has happened? What has changed? Now the understanding has come that that's not a good thing. It's dirty. It's filled with bacteria. It can make you sick. It can make somebody else sick. Now this understanding gives you the ways to keep yourself hygienically clean. Similarly, if you have the Viveka, what does this body has? Flesh. One of my Mahatma, my Vidya Guru used to say this body is like a bag filled with flesh, bones, phlegm, urine, stool. And you love it and you say, this is me. He had this habit, he would say that, if I put bag of a flesh and blood and urine and stool, the feces and plasma and the muscles in front of you and ask you what would you relate to, what do you think you are? Obviously you will say, no, I am not this, how can I be this? But when you say this body is me, isn't it that same thing? And his favorite example used to be that God has been kind that He has plastered this body with the skin. If there was no skin, He said you would be whole day just fanning yourself to kick off all the flies and the mosquitoes who would have come and eaten your body parts and underneath whatever there is. There is a one exposed part after the injury, and if that's kept open, the flies and everything will just rush to sit onto it. And say, God has been kind that your body has totally skinned. If you had a de-skinned human body, let's see how much love you would have for yourself then. Or how much love would you have for another human being then? I'll add another. He used to give the third example that someday you should go to a hospital where an operation is happening or a post-mortem is happening and just see with your eyes what is in this body. And you want to love and kiss and hold this kind of body only. So he had all these, scenarios which he would create for us to make us understand what this body is. And now Viveka says this body is not me. And Viveka says this whole samsara is just an illusion. So Viveka, when this comes, then will lead to Vairāgya, and that's dispassion. Now then comes the 6 treasures, the shat-sampatti treasures. That is called that's the equanimity of mind. Meaning no afflictions, no prejudices, no attachments. No aversions and no attachments. That's called samatha. Your senses are in your control. All the 5 senses. 3, Shraddha. Shraddha is a deep surrender, loveful surrender to the Master. Now see, what happens is that when we think I'm very smart and intelligent, I cannot pay respect to somebody who is lesser than my IQ. And Guru is somebody who knows much, much more and is the intelligent and is a living Veda. See, one of my friend Swami used to say this, that we have 4 Vedas, true, but every word spoken by my Gurudev is a Veda. Every single word spoken by my Guru is a Vedic exposition, nothing less than that. And Shraddha is surrendering to that person. Then comes Titiksha. Titiksha means ability to bear grave extremities in your life. Physically speaking, enduring pain, heat, cold. When you begin to make a rakas, it's too cold, it's too hot, this just shows that you do not have the titiksha. And one of my Swami's guru used to live in Gomukh in an icy lake. And when he reached him, now he was from plains, and when he meets this great yogi, and he says, I want to become your disciple, the yogi pointed out towards that icy lake, and he said, go and jump into it. Somebody who is wearing 5 layers of woolens and is still shivering is being asked to jump into that icy lake. So he said, okay. So he went and then he took off his clothes and neatly folded and kept it under the rock. And then the guru yelled. He said, you can't have half and half thing. If your guru is a naked man, then you too will have to remain a naked man. You can't hold on to your clothes now. So he threw all the clothes in the lake first and then jumped into it. They were 2 persons. One of them turned blue outrightly, and the other one was okay, but had a hell of a experience. And then this one came out on his own. The other one kind of was just gone in unconscious, and then Guru dragged him out and said that wear your clothes and get out. No mercy. No mercy. They take your clothes and get out. Gave him some hot herbal tea to drink and then asked him to just leave and walk back all the 18 kilometers in the dark night. He never said, okay, now you stay, now you do this, now you do that, I give you a blanket, I give you this, okay, Guruji, I am hungry. Nothing. No amenities. No luxuries. So this one person was kicked back and the another one stayed, and this another one is Swami Ramkripalu. 2 years with the master, not in that same cave, but in the adjoining one, and after 2 years, master pointed out a far off cave and said, go and now live there in practice. Guru is not a nanny. Guru is not your caretaker. Not at all. Surely we are in different times, hence I have changed a lot in how I behave and how this ashram gives the amenities to the people. But know this, that if you are a comfort seeker, then today or tomorrow you will go away and you will pack your bags, or I will kick you out. One thing will definitely, and I have no qualms in kicking out anybody. And because I always say this, that you don't follow the path of spirituality for me or to please me. You are doing it for your own sake. And if you don't follow the rules which I am laying down, then you have no business to be here then. Guru has to be cruel. If Guru is not cruel, then that Guru is not a Guru at all. Then that Guru definitely has some ulterior motive and needs something out of you. That's why the Guru is being that kuchiku. Titiksha. A seeker has to have titiksha and also could forbear insults or appreciations with the equanimity of mind. If somebody insults you, you don't get angry. If somebody appreciates you, you don't get bloated. Oh, I am so great. Keeping that balance. Upraam. Upraam means that now all the objects of indulgence might be in my access, but yet I am not interested to go into them. See, there is a one state where you don't have the things and you are dying to have those things. That's lost. Second is where you train your mind and say, no, I don't want it. And you don't work hard and you don't want to attain all those things. And now, you are kind of cajoling yourself that, oh no, we are good without all these luxuries. We don't want it. Third scenario, you have access to all the luxuries. Now what? Now the natural response would be you will jump into it. And uparamta means you have the access, but now your mind is not interested into it. It's not because of some rule or ruling. It's not because somebody is saying that you cannot have it. You have the ability, you have the close proximity, you have the freedom, but still you decide you don't even want to have a second glance on it. Upraam. And then comes the sixth, last, that's called Samadhaan. Samadhaan can be called like a mini samadhi. You can say it like it's a state of samadhi, where all modifications of the mind have gone silent. You are not trying to concentrate. You are not trying to bring a focused state of mind. No. Now you have gone even higher to this. And that samadhi is there. Adhan means to hold. Sam means balance. Where now your mind has gone into that total equipoise. Effortlessly. No efforts. No efforts. Your mind is no more wobbly. Your mind is now no more trying to gain the concentration. No, now the mind is so settled, like a lake which is so clean and so clear and so still that you can see the ground beneath that lake. You must have seen such a lake. So clean and so still. No, not wavery anymore. That you can see the ground of that lake. So the mind, which is ripple-free, desire-free, thought-free, emotion-free, and is so still and so calm, that's called Samadhaan. Now these are all together 6. Samadhan, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhaan, Upraam. And the fourth attribute is of Mumukshatā. Mumukshu akanksha, one who has desire of liberation. Desire of liberation. Now it's very much connected to the first, that's Viveka. Only if you have Vivek, only then you would like to go for liberation. Otherwise, why would you? So happy with your 3-4 children, one wife, one husband, maybe one girlfriend, one house, one flat, maybe 4 cars, maybe this, maybe that, partying and friends and eating and sleeping and shopping. And why would you want moksha? That's the reason in society there is this make-believe that those who are unhappy go onto path of spirituality. We are very happy in our homes. Why would we go to any Mahatma or Guru? Somebody was saying, I have the best scotch at home. I have a mini bar at home. I have a voluptuous, beautiful woman as a wife. I have lovely, handsome, intelligent children. I have a very good pay packet from my company. I am very healthy. I don't need anybody. I'm living in my heaven. I have best electronics at home. I have my own theater, a pool at home. I have a snooker table. I have a mini golf course at home. Why would I need to look for truth or God? Or he used the word, it's just a bullshit, nothing else. Only unhappy people go and find and look for gurus. We don't have to. I don't want it. So, Mumukshatā. So, Viveka, Vairāgya, Shaṭ-sampatti and Mumukshatā. These are the eligibility factors. Now, you should see and analyze what you are lacking. Because just listening is not enough. Vedanta is not that I speak and you listen, although I said that, but that's not true. I am actually giving you the benchmarks where you need to rise above and you need to check and you need to improve and you need to eradicate all those things which are not desirable, which are not good. So anybody who wishes to become a true seeker needs to have these. And they say, somebody who has all these is worthy of doing the vichāra. Now see, it's not saying it's worthy of attainment. It's saying worthy of vichāra. Obviously those who will do the vichāra will attain. So these are not something about a sure short way of attainment, but it is a way of where you will be in that place where you are eligible to listen and to do the reflections in your life. This is what is doable. This is what is to be achieved. Right? So we move on to the other question. What are these tools? Introduction. Well, in Sanskrit, the real word is the answer for what are the tools is upodghat. Upodghat. Aghat. To strike. Up means the close by or the mini tools to understand what we need. One, upodghats, to imposition of the interplay of 5 elements and its removal. Now these are like, I would say, subjects which need to be reflected upon, which would come in this whole Vichar Chandrodaya book. Third, I am the witness of 3 bodies. 4, I am beyond the 5 sheaths. 5, I am the witness of 3 states. 6, the illusion of prapancha. 7, the attributes of Atma. 8, special reflections on Satchitananda. 9, principle of the ineffable. 10, understanding Samanya Chetan and Vishesh Chetan. 11, Tat and Tvam, comprehending their deeper meaning and unity. 12, eradication of karma of a self-realized being. 13. 7 steps to highest wisdom. 14. The 2 states of liberation, with and without body. 15. Vedanta description of the object of knowing. And the last is 16. That's the 6 symbols of Vedantic exposition. So these will be the 16 subjects of various chapters which will come, and Vichar Chandrodaya in totality has 16 chapters. 16 is a number which very nicely relates to the moon. Moon, how? Day 1 on the new moon, there is hardly any visibility of moon. The day 2, you have a line. Day 3, it grows. 4, 5, 6. And by the day, it's 15. That's the full moon day. Night, full moon night. And then comes the other way around, when again it will begin to recede. So 16th is the day of the full moon, you can say. Now they have used this 16 number into this book, and they say that with the first kala, meaning the first status of jnana, and then you will move to the second chapter or the second kala. Kala means now it's the second day of the moon, meaning now it will get more brighter. 3rd more, 4 more, 5 more, 6. So by the time you reach the 16th chapter or kala, as it is said, it says that the full moon of vichāra will illuminate, meaning the full moon, should we use the word the sambodhi, or should we use the word enlightenment, or should we use knowing our true self?